So best time to enter a trading position and how to find it. If I was you and I was looking for a good way to enter a trading position, this is why we designed the platform. So we have the trader grade because that gives you a short-term grade to use. Out of the thousands of coins out there, which ones can you focus on? We have trader grade, and I always like to filter for bullish. It's kind of obvious. You don't want to trade anything bearish unless you're trying to short it, maybe, which could be used to short. Basically, I'll add trading signal bullish. I would add a minimum volume requirement. So it kind of depends how much capital you have, but let's make it 5 million or more in terms of 24-hour trading volume. Let's say you want to trade some mid caps, low caps, and this basically gives you a list. Then I zoom out and look at the narrative, right? So we're looking at fetch.ai narrative, liquid staking with Rocket Pool and Lido, and staked ETH. Then we have all the rest, right? And then what I also like to do is I like to add a condition for some tokens that have already began moving. So I want to look at tokens that have already moved 5% in the last 24 hours. And this basically gives us a list. And this list now basically becomes the list for us to explore. I like to look at tokens that have a trader grade over 80. Now, this is a pretty long list relative to having to go through all these different tokens. So I might even add additional filters, right? Show me anything that has moved fast in terms of trader grade, where the trader grade has gone up more than 5% in the last 24 hours, meaning that it's had a quick, sharp turn. So now we have a shorter list. We have Sandbox, Anchor, Cardano, Sushi, and Strike. So we have 5 tokens. And now I would look at this, right? So let's say we want to look at Sandbox. How do we enter this? How do we manage the trading? This is where I would use all the different parts of the trader page. So in this instance, 87% trader grade is up 15% in the last 24 hours, which is good. It's up over 40% in the last 2 weeks, which is also good. The trading signal turned bullish on the 12th, also good. So all these are additional points of confluence. And then I go to the levels and I try to see how I would manage this trade. In terms of entering this, it's currently at 57 cents. First thing I would look for is how do I manage the risk? If it's at 57 cents, how low can it go? So in this case, we have support at 42 cents as one. Let me see if there's anything else. Because currently it has pumped from like about 38 cents to 56 cents. But let's say if we said 42 cents from 57, it's up 15 cents, right? So if we want a 3x risk to reward ratio, we would want it to go up 45 cents from 57. So we're talking basically a dollar 2 cents. The question is, do you think that's possible? Basically, this has to double in price. So looking at this chart, is that possible? Right now, I'm seeing there's resistance at 77 cents. There's some at 91 cents. Then the next would be $1.14. $1.14 would be the long-term target for this trade. It kind of depends on how people trade, but let's say you want to just trade slowly or just make some money in this market. So I would enter at this price, 57 cents, with a target to potentially take some money off gradually at 77 cents, 91 cents, and $1.14. And then in terms of stop loss, I would have 42 cents as a stop loss, but I'll probably have something even higher than that, maybe somewhere in the middle. Overall, that's how I would trade and manage this trade by looking at the different levels we have based on the current price. But because I think you have to know when you plan to get out before you enter any trade.